Today I'm going to show you basic conditional formatting in Microsoft Excel. And what that means is you can tell Excel that you want certain cells to look a certain way if they have certain information in them. I'll give you 3 basic ways to do that today, but there's a lot of other options available that you really need to go and look at and see if they'll be useful for you as well. So to get to conditional formatting, you go to your Home tab and then look for the conditional formatting button right here. Before you press that button, you want to highlight the cells you want to apply the formatting to. So let's say that we want to figure out who has a master's degree, and we want that cell to show up as blue if the answer is yes. First thing we do is select the cells we want to run that test on, go to conditional formatting, select highlight cell rules, and in this case, text that contains is one of the default options. We'll select that. By default, Excel picks the answer as yes and gives us this red fill. I'm not a fan of that, so we're going to go to our custom format. I want our cell to fill in as blue, so I go over to fill. I pick my color, light blue in this case, and I just press OK. And just like that, anybody with a master's degree is going to show up as blue on this table now. It just kind of highlights and draws your eye to that specific field. You can do this with text or numbers. So the next thing we'll do is we'll go to time on station greater than 2, and we're going to highlight that text red. We're not going to fill the cell this time, because if you fill up a lot of your cells, it can get cluttered. So once again, we'll select the cells we want to use, in this case time on station. Go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules. We want greater than 2. So we select greater than. We're going to go custom format. And instead of filling our cell this time, we're just going to change the font. We're going to change the color here from automatic, which is the default color, to red, for example. So Excel tells us that this text is going to flag as red if the time on station is greater than 2. I press OK, press OK again, and I see that Sobel has 3 years time on station, so he highlights as red because that's greater than 2. Let's say I change this time on station to 2.1. That cell will automatically update with the formatting I set because we applied the conditional formatting. So we'll do that. The last thing we'll do is a greater than or equal to test, and we'll do that for PT scores. So I select my cells, conditional formatting again, highlight cell rules. I see greater than, I see less than, I even see equal to, but I don't see the combined operation there. So I go through and I apply more rules. So I click more rules and this window is going to come up. So I see cell value, criteria, and then I have to set the value here. I'll go ahead and change that to 90. And then I go through here and set my criteria in the center bar. So then I go over to this drop-down menu in the middle and pick the option I want. In this case, I'm going to go with greater than or equal to, but I could go with any other operation here as well. So not equal to, between 2 different values, not between these 2 values, whatever you want to do. So all kinds of options here. So I select greater than or equal to 90, and then I go to my formatting. In this case, I am going to fill my cell with green just because it's the easiest way to do it. I press OK. I press OK again. And I see that Excel has applied that formatting to all 3 of these cells and highlighted the scores greater than or equal to 90 in green. And that helps me visualize my data more effectively. This is a very useful tool if you're just creating like a stoplight chart or a project and you want cells to look a certain way if they meet this criteria. So definitely get in and play around with this. It helps you visualize things much more effectively than you would otherwise.